It's summertime now, which means it's time for some summer dresses. So in today's video, I bought 5 of them to try to find what is the best summer activewear dress. So let's get right into it. Rankings, I narrowed in on 8 different criteria. Let's see if I can remember all of them. So I looked at the price, I looked at the color options, I looked at the size range, I looked at the quality of the dresses that I got in the mail. I also looked at the fit, the style, the comforts, and the practicality. I think that's all 8, so let's dive right in to the first dress. Okay, so the first dress I tried out was the least expensive. This one was only $30, which is significantly less expensive than pretty much all of them. And I was really pretty surprised with this dress. I liked it a lot more than I thought for a few different reasons. So let's go through all the criteria. This one was by far the cheapest, so it ranks the best on price. It also by far was the best color selection. The Halara dress had 36 color options, which is kind of insane. This one had so many colors to pick from. In terms of the quality, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I don't think this one was necessarily a 5 out of 5, but I think it's super soft. It feels really nice. It's not itchy. It's not scratchy. It feels really nice and high quality. The only thing that I think is maybe like not so great is I don't really love these removable cups. I know some people like them. It has this built-in bra, which I think is nice for the quality, but I don't love these removable cups. I feel like that is just kind of annoyance where they might fall out, they might fold over themselves, all of that kind of stuff. Gordon, come here. Okay. Back at it. I also think the fit was a 5 out of 5 for this dress. The style, I would also give a 5 out of 5. I think it's a really nice feminine style that I really liked. I thought it was really flattering. So the fit, the style, all of that was really great. In terms of the practicality, I would give this one a 4 out of 5. I think it was also really pretty practical. I love that it had the shorts underneath and it also had pockets on both sides, which I feel like is a small thing, but I really hate when the dresses only have pockets like on one side of the shorts. I found that just kind of annoying. It felt like a little bit of cutting corners in my opinion, which I didn't really love. Also, the comfort was a 5 out of 5. So I feel like this was a really strong start. Next up, let's talk about the Quince dress. This one I was really interested in because if you remember back when I did my affordable cashmere review, trying to find the best affordable cashmere sweater, and I would definitely say Quince was my favorite. I think for the price, it's cheapest and it's also, I thought, the softest and just best first impression. Quince actually came out as a winner of that, so I was really intrigued to see some of their other products. So I tried their dress, which was also really pretty affordable. It was only $45. So this was also a budget-friendly option for sure. However, this one was not quite as good as the Halara dress on a few things. So first of all, the color options, they only had 3 colors, which I feel like pretty bad compared to the other ones, especially Halara that we started with. Also, this one only had 5 sizes to choose from. I forgot to mention the Halara dress had 6. The quality of this one I also didn't think was as good. So this one, I felt like they cut some corners. I feel like the material didn't feel quite as nice. I also didn't like that it had no built-in bra whatsoever. It had a double lining, so maybe you can get away with it, but I feel like that was just not as nice as some of the other ones. Also, the shorts underneath only had pockets on one side, which was like, it felt like they were cutting corners. It did not feel as nice as some of the other ones, so I didn't really love that. However, in terms of some of the other things, I did think it fit really well. I gave it a 5 out of 5 in terms of the fit. The style, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I don't think it was quite as nice as the Halara one. I don't think it was quite as flattering, but I did like it was a nice relaxed fit and really I didn't have too many problems with the fit. The comfort, I would say 4 out of 5. I don't think it was quite as soft and nice as the Halara dress, but it was still pretty comfortable. It was just when I was comparing them side by side, I did notice some of these smaller differences. So I ranked it a little bit lower on that. And then for practicality, I would give this one only a 3 out of 5, mainly for the reasons I mentioned of not having a built-in bra. I feel like that's a pretty big annoyance, especially for an activewear dress. I don't know what kind of undergarments you're supposed to wear with this thing if it's not built in. And then I didn't like that it only had pockets on one side. Again, a small thing, but when I'm comparing to those other dresses, I think it wasn't quite as practical. Next up, let's talk about the Abercrombie traveler dress. And this one is a little bit of a different category because technically it's not really marketed as an activewear dress. It is a traveler dress, whatever that is, but it looks like an active dress. It has shorts built in and all of that. So I kind of considered it part of the same category. And this one is definitely a step up in price. So this one is $70. So we are getting up there. It's almost twice as expensive as the Halara dress, but let's talk about some of the specifics because there were some things I liked about it, but overall, I was not a huge fan of this one, to be honest. First of all, the color options. It actually has a pretty wide range of colors. It had 12 different colors to pick from, which is how I ended up with this really pretty like dark green color, which I do think is really pretty. It reminds me of my high school. My high school had colors like this. So I liked that. In terms of the size range, it had the second biggest size range with 7 different sizes to pick from, plus 3 length options, which is kind of funny because I feel like Abercrombie is known back in the day for having like no sizes and like you had to fit in like a large and that was the highest size they went in. So I was happy to see that this Abercrombie dress did have a wider size range. I did like that. In terms of the quality though, this is where things went rapidly downhill. It just feels kind of cheap to me. It feels even worse, honestly, than the Halara dress, which was half the price. I didn't really like it. I feel like the material I don't like the material. I feel like it feels like some sort of like curtain or something. I don't know. It feels a little bit plasticky. So I would say the quality is not quite as good. Also, I think they also cut corners on some of the quality items as well. Again, like the pockets, only one side of the shorts. It's a little bit of a pet peeve, but I feel like they were skimping out. Again, this one also does not have a built-in shelf bra or any sort of like really support up top at all, which again, I give this one a little bit of a pass because it's not really marketed as an activewear dress for working out. It's a little bit of like a corner cutting thing in my opinion. So I didn't really love that in terms of the quality either. In terms of the style though, I think it was really cute. I did like, it was just a nice, modern, simple silhouette. So I would give it 5 stars for the style. I would give it like a 4-star for the fit. I think it fit pretty well, but I didn't really love the fit of the shorts. I feel like it wasn't quite as a comfortable fit in terms of the shorts underneath it, but a little bit of a nitpick on that, to be honest. In terms of the comfort, I would only give this one like a 4-star for the comfort, mainly because I feel like the fabric, again, it just doesn't feel as soft and nice as some of the other dresses that I showed you guys. And then in terms of the practicality, I would probably give this one only a 3 out of 5 stars as well. It's not really as good for being super active, and I didn't like that there was no built-in bra. Also, the pockets on one side, I feel like it was just not as practical for a day out and about. So I gave this one a little bit lower ranking on there. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like this is probably the only one that I would consider returning, just because I feel like it wasn't that good like compared to the other ones. So let's move on to the next one. Now, my personal favorite is probably the dress that I'm wearing right now, but I'm gonna be honest, this one is a little bit painful to purchase because it is a lot more expensive than the first 3 that I showed you guys. So this one is the BeyondYoga dress, and it is $118, which is not the most expensive one that we're going to try, but is definitely up there. But I do really love BeyondYoga. It's probably my favorite activewear company. I pretty much exclusively wear them for my yoga clothes because I do really, really like their fabric. But let's talk about some of the specifics of this dress. So it's $118. It had one of the worst color ranges. It also had one of the worst size ranges, which was, again, disappointing because I feel like more people should be able to experience BeyondYoga because they have such great stuff. So I do wish they had a wider size range. However, the quality, I would give a 5 out of 5. I feel like the fabric feels really nice. I like that there's no removable cups. It just has a built-in shelf bra in here. So I feel like there's nothing to fall out or anything like that, which I really liked. And it just feels really nice and soft, super high quality in my opinion. I also think it fits really well. I would give it a 4.5 for the fit. The only small fit issue is I feel like it does kind of have like a very small gaping issue, like right under my underarms here. I feel like maybe the straps are just slightly a bit too long for me, but I think that's probably more of a personal issue than anything else. And then in terms of the style, I would give this one a 5 out of 5. I feel like the style was probably my favorite of all the ones I tried. I love just this A-line design. I think it was super flattering, really feminine. I think this would look good on literally anyone. So I did really like the fit on this one and just the style in general. The comfort, I would also give a 5 out of 5, mainly because of the fabric. The fabric is super comfortable. The practicality, I would say a 4 out of 5 or a a 4.5 out of 5. And here's why. So I do like this does have a built-in bra. It has pockets on both sides. A lot of things that do make this really practical. The only thing I would say that is maybe slightly less practical about this one is the fact that the fabric is really more of like a yoga fabric. It's not as like moisture wicking. I think it might not be as practical if you're like really doing high intensity stuff or working up a sweat. I think it may not be as good for that, but overall, this one, I really liked it. It was definitely a contender for my favorite one for sure, but I'll share my final ranking at the very end after I get to this final dress that I'm gonna show you guys, which was the most expensive dress by far that I tried. So let's talk about that one. Last but not least, let's talk about the Lululemon Align dress. This is by far the most expensive dress that I tried. It was $148, which is, you could get like 5 Halara dresses for that amount. It is quite expensive. Is it worth it? That's the real question. So it comes in 6 color options, which is not the best color range of all of them, but it's also not the worst. It was a little bit in the middle, although I have to say they are sold out in most of their colors. So I don't know even how much that can count. It does have the best size range though. It had 11 different sizes to pick from. I got a size 6. In everything else for reference, I got a size medium. 6 is my normal Lululemon size though. The quality, I would say, is a 5 out of 5. I thought it felt really, really nice. This is my first Align product that I've ever tried from Lululemon, and I was really impressed with it. I think the fabric did feel really nice, heavy duty, well made. I really liked all of that. The fit, I would say a 5 out of 5 as well. I think it did really fit quite nicely. I think it fit, like I had no like specific fit issues or anything like that. Although the style, I would say, was probably my least favorite. I would only give this one a 3 out of 5. I feel like it was a little bit too like form-fitting compared to the other ones. I like that some of the other ones had a little bit more of a relaxed fit. And I know that it wasn't just me, because when I look at the models on the website, like they all had kind of a similar fit as what I had, where it's a little bit more like figure hugging, which some people may like. Personally, I feel like it just made me feel a little bit more like self-conscious about my belly wearing it. So I didn't really love that. I didn't think it was quite as comfortable as some of the other dresses either. I would give it a 4 out of 5. I feel like I think because it was a little bit more of a like compressive fit, I don't think that it was quite as comfortable as some of the other ones as well. So I would give it a 4 out of 5. Although practicality, this one is definitely the most practical of all of them, I will say, for a few reasons. Not only does it have double pockets, it has the built-in bra, and it also has a feature that none of the other ones have either. This one does fold down in the back, which is really pretty nice as well for easy bathroom breaks. So let's talk about my final roundup. So now Gordon and I, let's get to the final rankings. So I have 2 winners for this. So my first one is more of the all-around winner when I considered things like the price, the size range, the color range, all of that. And then my second winner is more of my personal favorite of 5 dresses I tried. If I knew nothing about the company, I knew nothing about the brand, if I just ranked these 5 companies based on how my personal experiences with the dresses I tried were, I also picked a winner there. So my number 1 all-around winner is Halara. And I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of surprised because I still feel a little bit slimy about this company. It just kind of rubs me like, it feels like a spammy company for some reason. I can't really put my finger on it. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because it reads so fast fashion to me, which I didn't want to like this dress as much as I did. But I think it is the all-around winner in the sense that there's so many color options. It was really cute, really comfortable. It's so affordable. Like, it was the all-around winner in my opinion. But for my personal winner, not considering like the price, but just evaluating the actual dresses themselves that I personally tried, I would say my favorite is this one I'm wearing from BeyondYoga. I love the color. It's so comfortable. It's so cute. I mean, it does have this very small issue with like the size on my armpit area, just like gaping a little bit, but I think that's more of a personal problem. And I know it is something that I could fix if I like took it in to get it tailored right there. But this one I really, really liked. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you've tried any of these dresses or you have any other suggestions. Maybe I'll make a part 2 if there's enough other ones to try. But until next time.